You know, it was defensive battle there first half. Missed a couple plays on offense. Probably could have been a turnaround, but in that drive they had in the beginning of the second half, was that a kind of momentum shifter?
You know, several things we can point to in the second half where we lost our ability to do what I know our guys can do. You know, they are an incredibly well-coached team. They've got a lot of talented players. We knew that they could establish a pretty physical front. They definitely did that. They had a wonderful drive coming out of the second half. But, you know, we still had an opportunity there. I mean, this was a team that many of these young men were a part of a team that had 4 come-from-behind wins of 3 scores. I think some of those seniors tonight reminded some of these young guys that that's who they are.
Yeah.
You know, tonight with a younger team, some younger players in some positions, you could tell that we've got to work on overcoming challenges and overcoming adversity. You know, we're incredibly blessed with some wonderful players, some fantastic young men, and a very talented group. We've got to help them understand, for them to do what they're wanting to do, what they've got set for them as their goal, that it's going to be going through some tough times. It's going to be struggling and pushing through it. And once we figure that part out, it's going to be really fun to see, because this is a great group of young men we have.
It seemed like especially like the fourth quarter, I mean, even though you guys were down 3-4 scores, you guys were running the ball, still trying to grind at it. That's got to be a good sign of what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things that when we talk about it, we know that it really starts up front for us in a lot of ways. And we have some really talented linemen and tight ends, and then we have some incredible running backs. In those situations, you know, being able to rely on them to continue to move the ball, continue to, you know, get us moving down the field is something that is going to be a part of who we are throughout the year. You know, I definitely think that we have an amazing quarterback. We've got some great weapons on the perimeter, but at the end of the day, you know, what's going to be kind of at the heart of what we're able to do is being able to run the ball and run the ball well. And it was good to see us settle in, and even though it was late in the game, kind of establish that mentality that, you know, I would say if we have that mentality earlier in the game, you know, we're in a much better place late in the game.
I don't know, when we talked before the season, you know, talked about the non-district games that you guys had, a lot of physical play. You know, you guys come out 2-1. CA's probably one of the more top teams in the class. So that, I mean, it's got to be, at least, even though you're not on the end that you probably want to be on tonight, got to be a good measuring stick to see where you're at and where you need to go.
I told our guys, you know, this is one of those moments where we're looking at a team that's been number 2 in the region, sometimes number 1 in the regions for several years. They're a well-coached, very disciplined, very tough team. So for us to go out tonight, get, you know, the ability to get on the field, line up, compete with them, you know, put a half together that I think, you know, our guys were able to see. Like, we've got some things that we can do. We've absolutely made strides in those areas. You know, now turning our focus to the district, we also saw many things tonight that we need to work on, many things that we need to improve, and heading into a bye week is the perfect time to, you know, continue to evaluate your strengths so you can see what you can build on, and take a good look in the mirror at your weaknesses so you can see what are the things that we need to improve on, or in some cases even change. So that's definitely something that having that bye week where we have it now is going to allow us to look and do all those things.